Welcome back, everybody. We're here live with another edition of NXT 2.0, the last edition before next week's Great American Bash television special. Hope you guys have enjoyed. Sorry about the delay in episodes. I wasn't sure if I was going to continue this, but this series will roll on in full force. Hope you guys have enjoyed the WWE content. If you have, make sure you drop that like and you subscribe down below, especially if you want more Universe Mode content. I just love bringing this guys to you guys. I just have a hard time letting go. But we're going to start off quickly with Bron Breakker, the NXT Champion, kicks off tonight's episode. And if you're aware, at the end of last week's episode of NXT, Bron Breakker was attacked by the NXT United Kingdom Champion Ilia Draganov right as the show went off the air. So Bron Breakker's not going to waste any time. He is going to demand answers, we hear, from Ilja as to why he was attacked, and demands that Ilja fight him here tonight. We'll see what Bron Breakker has to say with the microphone. 2 weeks ago, after my main event match, I was attacked from behind by the NXT United Kingdom Champion, Ilia Dragunov. Now, I know Ilja is in the building here tonight, and I don't feel like waiting around anymore. Ilja, get out here right now so we can settle this face to face. Well, Braun says he wants Ilja right here, right now, and Ilja is in the building. But hold on a second. This is not Dragunov. This is Tony D'Angelo, the Don of NXT. We haven't seen him for a little bit ever since he lost his NXT Championship match against Bron Breakker a couple of months ago. So these two have some history. They had some bad blood attacking each other in the back. So Tony D'Angelo making an appearance here. This is very interesting. The Don himself has something to say, and he's approaching the NXT champion. We'll have to see what Tony D'Angelo wants with Bron Breakker. Hello, Braun. Now, I know you weren't expecting me, out of all people, to come out here, considering we've had our differences in the past, and we've battled over that NXT championship in the past, and don't get me wrong, one day I will beat you for that championship. But we have some common ground here. See, I am still the Don of NXT. I run this place, and I don't like anybody from the outside coming in as well. So when Ilja came into our arena 2 weeks ago and attacked you from behind, he also picked a fight with me because Ilja, he don't go here. I'm going to defend this turf. Ain't no invasion coming in on my watch, and I have a feeling that your opponent next week at the NXT Great American Bash, Gunther, might be behind it as well. So I'm offering you a proposition. How about me and you team up tonight to take on Ilja and Gunther in tag team action? What do you say, Braun? I'll let you think about it for a minute. Well, how about that? Tony D'Angelo is offering to team with Bron Breakker tonight against Ilja and Gunther, who will face Bron Breakker next week for the NXT Championship. What a shocking start to the night. And we're just getting started as we have the match card here for you guys tonight. Ikemen Gyro will kick off against Duke Hudson one-on-one. Then Noam Dar and Grayson Waller before they team next week will face Cameron Grimes and Trick Williams in tag team action. Indy Hartwell goes one-on-one against Gigi Dolan. Then it's a triple threat match. Ludwig Kaiser, Roderick Strong, and Julius Creed. And then in the main event, Tony D'Angelo and Bron Breakker, it's official, will face Gunther and Ilia Draganov in our main event. Duke Hudson kicks off the win against Gyro. Dar and Waller pick up the victory as they got the win over Trick Williams. And then Indy Hartwell beats Gigi Dolan. Now it's time for our triple threat matchup. So it's a triple threat match here. 3 members from the respective teams. And the big thing with this match is these 3 teams will actually go at it next week at the Great American Bash for the NXT Tag Team Championship. That's right, it'll be a triple threat tornado tag match. Imperium will defend against the Creed brothers and Roderick Strong and Wesley. Yes, Roderick Strong and Wesley get a shot at the tag team titles. So each member of their respective team will nominate a competitor here tonight to face off in a triple threat match, trying to gain the momentum. And it looks like it'll be Roderick Strong going at it for his squad. Once again, I do apologize for the Diamond Mine apparel. I did look at the Creed Brothers community creations, and I couldn't find one that I liked that didn't have the Diamond Mine logo on it. So sorry about that little, miss in continuity. Diamond Mine is no more. Roderick Strong turned on the Creed brothers, cost them a NXT United Kingdom Championship match at Worlds Collide. And now the Creed brothers want revenge on their former leader. And here comes one member of the Creed brothers. It'll be Julius Creed representing his team here tonight, as the Creed brothers have just been ever so close each time at tag team gold, and they just can't win it. It's never their own fault. First, they won the Dusty Cup this year, and they couldn't have their match because they were attacked backstage by MSK, who ended up taking their opportunity, ended up winning the championships in a triple threat match that should have been the Creed brothers. And then, at the In Your House TV special a few months ago, they lost a chance at the vacant championship against Imperium when Wesley cost them that match. And they had another chance at the UK Tag Team Championships at Worlds Collide pay-per-view just a month ago, and Roderick Strong turned their back on them. So it's been bad luck after bad luck for the Creed brothers, but they have a chance here tonight against Roderick Strong, and it looks like for Imperium, it'll be Ludwig Kaiser representing the squad here tonight. Kaiser had a one-on-one opportunity last week against the NXT Champion Bron Breakker, and he was unsuccessful. We'll have to see if Ludwig learned a thing or two from that encounter. He's been mostly a tag team specialist, but going to go at it here solo again tonight, as he is the nominated partner for his team. One half of the record-tying three-time NXT Tag Team Champions. Now they won those titles back at the In Your House TV special when they were vacant. As we said earlier, they did beat the aforementioned Creed brothers. But Imperium will have a tough task just next week when they have to defend against the Creed brothers, Roderick Strong, and Wesley in triple threat tornado tag action. Imperium doesn't even have to be involved in the pinfall, just like here tonight. It's part of the reason why we're having this triple threat match, kind of see how it'll go with just one member of the respective teams, but it will be everybody in the ring at the exact same time. As the champion makes his way in, gets the last entrance per usual, and it seems like we are ready to go here for our triple threat match. It'll be Roderick Strong versus Julius Creed versus Ludwig Kaiser here tonight, and we are all set and ready to go. And quickly, no surprise, Strong and Creed go right at it, and Kaiser is just more than happy of waiting in the corners. There's a big Alabama slam from Roderick Strong, and now he'll turn his attention to Kaiser. There's plenty of history there too. Despite the fact that Roderick Strong has turned his back on Imperium, has disbanded the group, Imperium had plenty of matchups against Imperium in the past, so Roderick Strong is no stranger to Kaiser and Vinci. So they'll see who has the scouting advantage before next week, as I'm assuming the other members of each team are in the back watching this. As now Kaiser gets a hold of Strong and gets him up for a nice suplex. And Kaiser will take control. Creed is currently down there. Kaiser and Strong continue to go at it. As now he just picks up Strong and just tosses him back down to the mat. As now Julius Creed will let these two go at it. Kaiser now has a hold of Strong up on his corner. Is just going to drop him throat first across the ropes. And now Creed trying to get in on the action with a double underhook. Nice double underhook suplex to Kaiser, who will roll to the outside, and that'll leave just Creed and Strong to go at it in the ring. As these two former Diamond Mine members, I can't believe Strong turned his back, said that the Creed brothers, they let the crowd get to them. They thought they got too big-headed. Those are Strong's words, not mine. And I feel like it's been the opposite. I think Strong just couldn't let somebody else maybe overtake him, as the Creed brothers were going to be champions. Strong hasn't really had the best of lucks as of late. He is a former NXT Cruiserweight champion, former North American champion, former tag team champion, so Strong knows what it's like to be a tag team competitor. One of the most decorated performers in NXT currently, and I just don't think he could see somebody else holding a title besides him. Just got very selfish, ended up breaking up the group because of his own greed. And now the Creed brothers are faced to go at it alone, and I think they have the pedigree. They just have to get over that championship hurdle, as Kaiser now hits a double underhook suplex of his own on Julius, who will roll to the outside. And now Kaiser and Strong in the center of the ring, and Strong just hits Kaiser's face first into the mat. And now just a couple of right-hand strikes right to the skull. You have to bend your competitor inside the ring, so being on the outside doesn't do you any good. It might give you a breather, but you run the risk of potentially not being involved in the fall, as it doesn't seem like Julius is too worried right now, as Strong continues to work away on Kaiser in the ring, has a hold of him from behind. He's now I'm going to try to drag him towards the center of the ring. I don't think he'll really get a pinfall here as Julius is back in, but Strong is going to try anyway, despite the fact that Julius will easily break that one up. And all three competitors back in. Strong and Creed going to go at it one more time as Kaiser now will let them go at it. And again, Strong's going to hit an Alabama slam, but Kaiser going to just kind of taunt away right in the face of Strong, as Strong says, hey, I have an Alabama slam for you as well. Back-to-back Alabama slams, and now Strong and Julius back at it. Oh, Strong did go for the boot. Julius caught it. There's a shot down low. Another one to the midsection. That'll back up the former Diamond Mine leader, and now Julius with a hold of Strong throws him across the ring by his skull as Julius Creed looks to take control. He has Strong down. He has Ludwig on the outside, so this may be your opportunity. But Strong wisely kicked to the midsection, gets a hold of Julius, who missed their wild, and then gets hit with double knees to the midsection. Creed, I think, got too overzealous there, went for the big strike, and Strong counters, and now knees to the spine. Julius Creed paid for it. I think he got a little too overzealous. Kaiser's on the outside, and he won't be able to get there. Roderick Strong picks up the victory for his team. He used the aggression of Julius Creed to his advantage, able to duck the wild right hand, connected with knees to the midsection, and then knees to the back, and Roderick Strong picks up the victory. Will this be the scene we see next week? Will him and Wes Lee be the next NXT Tag Team Champions? We'll have to find out next week at the Great American Bash. Well, now it's time for our main event of the evening, and this is going to be a heavyweight fight. I'm very interested to see how this unfolds as Bron Breakker makes his way back to the ring for tonight's main event, as he is going to be teaming up with Tony D'Angelo, two superstars who we've talked about don't see eye to eye. And you can kind of say the same thing on the other side, so it's kind of a, bedfellows type matchup here in tag team action. But Bron Breakker can't let his emotions get the better of him. Yes, he has Ilia Draganov, who did attack him from behind the last week, but he has to defend the NXT Championship next week against Gunther in what could be his toughest task in his reign. So Bron Breakker, tonight you do want to send a message, but at the same time, you can't take too much damage and be too overly aggressive, especially since he's teaming with this man, the Don of NXT, Tony D'Angelo, who, yes, Tony D'Angelo says he doesn't see eye to eye with Bron Breakker. We heard earlier tonight, he claims he's the Don of NXT. He's kind of backed it up. He has some big wins here. He says being the Don, you're in charge of the house. And Ilia Draganov last week invaded NXT 2.0 to attack Bron Breakker, and Tony D'Angelo didn't take too kindly to that, as he doesn't like anybody coming on his turf, and he thinks that Gunther is a part of this. Two NXT UK former superstars. Gunther was the longest reigning NXT United Kingdom champion, so he has NXT UK ties. Tony D'Angelo thinks it is not a coincidence that Ilya makes an attack when Bron Breakker is facing Imperium. And speaking of the Czar himself, here he is, Ilia Draganov in the house again. Got a little bit of a mixed reaction here in Orlando, far away from England, even farther away from Russia, but you cannot deny this man, the United Kingdom champion. And who did he beat for that title? He beat his tag team partner here tonight. So Ilya and Gunther have even said in the past they don't have respect for each other. So this will be a very interesting team in their own right. Is Ilia Dragunov, the United Kingdom champion. We saw him make a successful title defense last month at the Worlds Collide pay-per-view, where he did beat Grayson Waller to retain that championship. We don't know what's next for the United Kingdom champion, as Ilia Dragunov doesn't usually make appearances here in NXT, so we'll have to see what he is doing here as we get a rare appearance. So we gotta respect him as he gets ready to welcome his tag team partner, the #1 contender to the NXT champion, the big Austrian. His name is Gunther, the leader of Imperium. Makes his way to the ring in all of his glory. He makes his way to the sacred mat, as Imperium likes to say. Whether they back up those claims, that is a story for another day. But Gunther is live here in the NXT arena. As he makes his way to the ring, the man who will face Bron Breakker just 7 days from now for the NXT Championship. Yes, it does say Walter. It's supposed to be Gunther. I forgot to change the superstar, so my apologies for that. But this is, you cannot deny it, it is Gunther. I want to see what he brings to the table. He's been on quite a roll. He's beaten Gallus in the past. He's beaten men like Roderick Strong. He's beaten LA Knight. I mean, yes, Bron Breakker is the NXT champion, but this man right here could be just as hot. And so it's only fitting that next week they do battle at the Great American Bash. I personally cannot wait for that encounter. And hopefully we get a little bit of a sneak preview here tonight as we can see Gunther and Bron Breakker share the ring in what is a colossal main event for NXT 2.0. I cannot say it enough. This is a huge match. Tag team action. It'll be Bron Breakker and will be Ilja starting off for the respective teams. We don't have to waste that much time for the two champions to go at it as we are underway here in our main event. The NXT champion, the United Kingdom champion, starting things off. And right now it is Ilja getting the better of Bron Breakker. And gotta just remember what I said earlier tonight. Bron Breakker cannot let his emotions get the better of him tonight. Yes, he wants a piece of Gunther, excuse me. Yes, he wants a piece of Ilia Draganov, but you have a title defense in 1 week's time. So Bron Breakker has got to manage himself tonight as right now Ilja gets the better. And here comes Gunther right away. These two superstars back in the ring. Gunther wants a piece of the champion. Doesn't want to wait himself 7 days. As these two superstars, how much do they throw at each other? How much do they expose of their games? As right now Gunther just a knee strike to the head, another knee strike to the skull, and make it a third one, a 3 straight knee strikes to the champ. That'll do some damage. Now Gunther kick to the midsection, nice drop kick. That drops Braun. And Braun, yes, he might need to make a tag. He does. Tony D'Angelo makes his way into the ring for the first time as he gets a little bit of a mixed response from the crowd. They do respect him trying to stand up for his own turf as he gets 2 on Gunther before Ilja breaks it up. Like we said, Tony thinks that UK, he doesn't want them to invade this house. He says this is his house. This is NXT 2.0. He is the Don, and he thinks Ilja and Gunther have something in cahoots as he just powerbombs Ilja to the outside. Tony D'Angelo doesn't want an invasion. Nice standing moonsault there by D'Angelo as he continues to work away on Gunther now. As these two big bulls. This will be a singles match I would love to see at some point. Gunther versus D'Angelo. And we could actually see this match in the future. As breaking for NXT, the Great American Bash, there is the NXT Championship match. We do know that Bron Breakker will face Gunther, but there will also be a fatal 4-way match next week on next week's show, where the winner will be the #1 contender for the NXT Championship, and one of the men in that match is Tony D'Angelo. So yes, if Gunther beats Bron Breakker next week, and if Tony D'Angelo wins the fatal 4-way, we could see this match in the future. Right now, Tony D'Angelo is going to make a tag to Braun. It doesn't seem like Gunther was worried. He let Tony D'Angelo crawl across the ring to make the tag. We'll have to see if that comes back to bite him now as Bron Breakker meets him in the center of the ring. Hits a nice belly-to-belly, so it seems like not the best move there by Gunther to let the tag happen as now Braun goes for the cover, but Gunther quickly powers out at 1. And Bron Breakker now trying to get all fired up here, trying to feed off of this NXT universe. Goes for another big belly-to-belly, a second belly-to-belly to Gunther, excuse me, who's not a small man, and now a standing moonsault from Braun. Nice move there. As now he has a hold of Gunther, whips him into the far corner, and he goes to follow up, but hold on a second, oh, the ref gets hit. Gunther moves out of the way, the ref goes down, and now Ilja throws a chair in to Gunther while the ref is down. And Gunther's going to toss the chair aside. Dragunov tried to give a chair to Gunther, and that might come back to cost him a power slam onto the chair. Gunther did not use the weapon. Instead, it comes back to bite him. Braun hits the power slam, goes for the cover, gets 1, gets 2, and he gets the victory over Gunther just a week before his title defense. What an end to this match. Dragunov wanted Gunther to use the chair while the ref was down, and Gunther tossed the chair to the side, and that cost him the victory. And Braun and Tony are your winners here tonight. And Braun extends the hand. They shake. Braun and Tony D'Angelo on the same page. And that is how tonight's episode will end. Bron Breakker gets the win. But will he win the war? As we got to wait till next week. NXT, The Great American Bash, the TV special. And here's the card for next week's episode. We talked about the Fatal 4-Way match. Duke Hudson. It'll be the debuting JD McDonough here. And then Von Wagner and Tony D'Angelo. The winner of that match will be the #1 contender for the NXT Championship. Also, big tag team action. Cameron Grimes, the North American champion. Carmelo Hayes, the European champion, will team up to face Grayson Waller and Noam Dar. That's a big tag team contest. And then speaking of big tag teams, 6-woman tag team action. Indy Hartwell will lead the team of Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade against Toxic Attraction. And we talked about this on the Triple Threat Tornado Tag match. Imperium will defend against the Creed Brothers and Roderick Strong and Wesley. And then our main event, Bron Breakker versus Gunther for the NXT Championship. Who will walk away victorious in that clash? We'll have to find out in a week's time. But I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of NXT. If you did, make sure you smash that like button and you subscribe down below, especially if you want more Universe Mode content. This is Mr. Rob, and I'll see you in the next one.